Hey everyone, happy Saturday and welcome to another episode of Day in the Life of Vintage Classic Specialist. So, cool day in the shop here because the owner of this bitchin' 54 barn door bus came all the way out from Hawaii, which is where the bus came from, obviously, just to discuss the project with us. So, super cool. He's willing to come out here and talk about it with us and make sure we're all on the same page and so on with that. And we had lunch, had a good chat, kind of caught up, got to know each other a little bit better. We're going to be working together here for a while. So, no, it was good, man. So, Andy, if you see this, thank you for coming out. Enjoyed our time together. But anyway, so I had been keeping a few things on this bus kind of under wraps on the channel at least. So I've been kind of telling the owner, of course, like what our plans were. But I wanted to wait until we kind of cemented some of those things when we met in person, which again happened today, before I spill the beans on the plans here. So the major things we're going to do on this bus, and then the other things, we'll kind of see. But the major things is the interior. So again, his seats in the front are have some issues with them as far as being the right shape, and the bottom one has like the outer frame, but the springs on it is basically just foam, and there's a piece of wood under it. So some stuff like that. This backrest here is the wrong shape, so we want to fix all that stuff. And then again, there's no middle or back seat on this, and of course those are pretty hard to find. But we're basically going to take slightly later seats and kind of redo them to make them look correct, at least as far as the eye can see, for this bus. And then the big thing is, this one being a right-hand drive, the side that flops over is on the opposite side. So here, let's walk over and look at this left-hand drive for a second here. This 23 window. So the side that's on the same side as the cargo door, those of you that don't know buses, the side that's on the same side of the cargo door has a back that can flip down. That way somebody wanting to enter the back seat, a little bit easier for them to get in. Of course, this door opens, but still just makes a little bit more space. You can see how if this was, let me zoom out a little bit here, if this was folded down, it's like a pretty tight space. So to access the back seat, the middle seat on the same side as the cargo door folds down, boom, now somebody can climb back there much easier. So, of course, on a right-hand drive, cargo doors on that side. So the end of the middle seat on that side needs to be the one to fold down. Well, good luck finding one of those. However, we have many tricks up our sleeve here and access to lots of good resources, one of which is our neighbor and friend Octavio. And he has actually before taken left-hand drive seats and converted them to right-hand drive. So that's what we're going to do. We've already actually found a good donor seat. We're going to make it the correct hand drive, and we're going to make sure it has 6 legs on it, which is the proper number of legs. All those little details are going to be right. The back seat will do what we got to do to make it look correct. And likewise, the front seat, and then upholster them in the correct materials. Interior panels for it, we're hoping to get from Clara. Still trying to get a hold of her. Those of you in the bus world know who I'm talking about when I say Clara. So yeah, that's one major thing. So interior. The next is the engine. So I don't know how much I don't remember how much info I've gone into on the engine, but the plan is to take the 36 horsepower in there and punch it out to 1400 cc, and then do some cool like performance mods on it. So one is a dual carb kit that you've probably never seen and probably never heard of before, and it still uses stock heads, and I'll probably have those worked over, but it uses SU side draft carbs. And so that does a couple things. One is it gets rid of the issue on a barn door of having the gas tank interfere with dual carbs. Another thing is it's bitchin', and you probably won't see another set. And then a third thing is that set of carbs, that kit actually originated in Australia, which is perfect for this bus because this bus is an Aussie if there ever was one. The owner imported it from there. And so, yeah, we thought Once I heard that that set of carbs is from Australia, I'm like, bingo, that's the set. It really like checked all the boxes and even some extra boxes for us as far as being the right kit for this car, for this motor. So in addition to punching out the CCs and the dual carb kit, you guys know how we roll as far as detail. So this obviously is a stock 36, but you guys know how we make motors look. So yeah, that level of detail, but with a cool, probably never see another set of dual carbs. And then I think we're going to probably put a Screamer distributor on it, which is an 019 in this cool kind of metallic blue color that was part of like a performance kit for these motors. And the blue kind of goes good with the dove blue of the car. And yeah, probably not a Fram, but I don't know. We'll see. There's almost no limit to the things we can do with that little 36 horse. And it won't make 36 anymore. Maybe more like 50. We'll see. So that's the second thing. So interior, motor, transmission, not really a big thing as far as upgrades, but we'll probably go through it and make sure everything's going to shift right. I think he said it might pop out of gear, which is pretty normal. So we'll take care of that. Brakes and wheels. So I've been kind of holding this one close to the chest until I talked to the owner today. And I think somebody actually guessed what we were going to do, but I will confirm it now. So these are brakes, and they look terrible now, but wait till they're done up. These are brakes off a 356B Porsche. So huge by at least by Volkswagen standards, huge disc brakes, or excuse me, huge drum brakes. And the housing of these is aluminum, and you can see they're fin for heat dissipation. You know, these were sports cars, 356s. So they had good brakes that were huge. They were fin for heat dissipation. These things are almost a bolt-on for a V-dub, because V-dubs, especially early V-dubs and Porsches, share a lot of DNA. So these practically bolt on. And the plan is to bead blast them or somehow media blast them, get all this, you know, paint and nastiness off them. And then I think we're going to send them out and polish them. And then of course we'll have the liners of them, which are steel. We'll have those turned and machined down and everything, make sure they've got a good braking surface on them. And then as far as wheels are concerned, what we want to do is we want to use 16-inch 356 wheels. We will probably end up using replicas, which are actually made now. So this is a 356 wheel, but this is a 15. So imagine this wheel, but an inch bigger in diameter. And so the thing I like about that is again, it's pretty much out of the Porsche, Volkswagen, parts bin. And with these D-shaped openings, imagine these polished fins like showing through that on this bus. So freaking awesome. Super excited about that. So yeah, that's kind of the third thing, is to go through and upgrade the brakes and the wheels. So kind of the theme, if there is one that we're going for on this bus, is almost like a rally type theme. Again, the wheels, the brakes, the engine upgrades, more power, and let's see what else. Another thing is he wants Safari windows, which what do you call it? Barn door Safaris are unique to Safari windows, because unlike later ones that have essentially like a piano hinge style hinge across the top, on a barn window they have two separate hinges that look a lot like engine lid hinges. So kind of almost like the same arrangement. So he does want pop out windows on there, or Safaris rather. So we're going to do those. And let's see, I think those are probably the major things, at least we're going to start with. So I need to work him up a more detailed proposal on what it's going to be to do those things. And then we'll see what other details we do. We do want to correct the paint colors on here. We want to add the pinstripe. There's no end to the things Rafa and I can dream up to do to this bus. But again, the main thing from the owner's perspective is those 4 things that I mentioned. So interior, motor, brakes, Safari windows, and then some other details. And then from there, yeah, we'll see where we go with it. Lots of little details on this bus that can be corrected. You know, things like the color of the wipers. It's missing this little divider bar here. There's lots of little details like that we can also take care of. Fixing these pop-out windows here that have the wrong latch on them, and they've got some rust popping out. So yeah, we need to have some dub blue mixed up here and fix some things like that. We're hoping to put on at least at minimum correct headlight lenses, which the eyebrow, which is this kind of area here, should be a little thicker on these, maybe about that wide instead of that wide. So yeah, there you go. Anyway, it's good to visit with him today and catch up on this thing. And yeah, looks like we've got the green light here to get started. So super exciting. Other than that, today, I can't really show it right now, but the 67 Beetle that a lot of you guys or newer people maybe haven't even seen, we actually sprayed today its body. So we pulled the doors off and the fenders off, and you know, the front and rear lids and stuff are off it, but the main body actually got painted inside and out today. So really big milestone on that one. We'll probably go ahead and paint the fenders and the lids maybe next week. And so before too long, that car should actually be coming indoors here for us to, you know, like really start the post-paint restoration process on it. So that's exciting. This guy will have another red buddy in the shop here, although this one hopefully won't be around too much longer. I need to get this car done and get it to its owner after the delay that we kind of suffered here with the engine fiasco. The other thing that I did today was I started, and there's nothing really to show here, but I started wiring in the AC system for this guy here. Here's a wire. There, that's what I have to show. I did a lot more than that, but this wire actually comes from under the car, from the condenser, which is mounted under the frame over there. So ran this wire all the way up to the front. This gets connected up in here to the wiring for this. And then likewise got a wire back here somewhere that I pulled to the back that goes to the compressor. So mounted a relay up in there and for the AC system, and wired the AC system into the fuse box up in here. So there's one wire that's hot all the time, and then there's another wire that's key on hot. So I got those wired into their respective spots on the fuse box. And yeah, a little bit of progress. I mean, it's a Saturday, so I usually don't work a full day on Saturday. I think I managed to do maybe like 6 hours worth of work today, which for me is a short day. But anyway, that is it for today, guys. I may or may not be in tomorrow. There may be a very rare Sunday episode. Not making any promises. I'm tired and I'm still kind of under the weather, and I still have my weekly paperwork to do. So I don't know that I'm going to make it in tomorrow. If not, then I will see you guys again on Monday. So thank you for watching. Bye.